Hi, welcome to Movie Review Mom. Thank you so much for all of your support, for subscribing and commenting down below. I really appreciate that. And if this is your very first time here visiting my channel, yay, you found it. You're here. I'm so glad. So my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so you can make the best decision for you and your family as to whether or not you want to spend time and money watching a specific film. So that specific film I'm reviewing today is called Rushed. This heartbreaking and powerful drama is now available in theaters nationwide, as well as on digital or video on demand through Apple TV and a few other outlets. It's rated R and is an hour and 41 minutes. Let me give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like about the movie, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about. Okay, so first, in a nutshell, Barbara O'Brien, an Irish Catholic mother, has her life turned upside down when her son, a freshman in college, is involved in a tragic hazing incident. As always, this is a spoiler-free review. Let me tell you the things I really liked. First of all, Siobhan Fallon Hogan is stellar. She was perfect in this role as a fierce mother. As a mother, I love how dedicated she was to her family. Now, many would say that she smothered her kids, but I absolutely understand the feeling of wanting to be a part of your kids' lives, even when they grow up and move away. It's really hard to let go of those apron strings and cut those. It's a delicate balance of offering freedom and support at the same time. I was blown away to learn that not only is she just an incredible actress, but that she also wrote the screenplay. Her performance reminded me of Frances McDermott. I thought she was that good. I would love to see her nominated for Best Actress because I thought she was that good. Seriously, it's worth it just to watch her performance and to really bring to life this character who's quirky and lovable and endearing and hilarious. The first time I ever saw her was in the movie Men in Black, where she says this line about sugar water. And she says it in such a funny way that my family still laughs whenever we repeat the line. And I really hadn't seen her do that much really since then, which was a long time ago. So it's so good to see her do something and crush it. It's also always really good to see Robert Patrick, who plays her husband. He'll forever be the Terminator or the T3 to me. J.J. Warren does a really great job in this role. And the last sentence out of the mother, Barbara's mouth, was so profound and very well done. I recognized Peri Gilpin's voice long before I actually recognized her face for some reason. I don't think I've seen her since her famous role as Roz in the hilarious and awesome TV series Frasier. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's so good. And she does such a great job in that show. I've always enjoyed her performances, and I love that TV show. And I love her performance in this, although it's a very small role. I thought it was symbolic that the mom prayed every day to the Virgin Mary, feeling a very special bond with her as a mother. She lit candles, prayed the rosary, and even talked to her like a friend, like she knew her. And it's cute because a few times she swears or she says things and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, as if she were talking to a friend, but also recognizing that she is a very special friend. So you could tell that she could relate to the mother of God because she was a mother. Noticeably, very good direction in this film, I thought. Some of the camera angles were insightful as well as just being very good. Now, with those glowing praises, there were some things I didn't like about the movie. So first of all, not really a take on the filmmaking, but just this rant that I've had for years. That is, why would anyone want to join a fraternity that had a bunch of total douchebags in it that truly didn't care about the guys that were pledging the fraternity? I've never understood that. The president of this fraternity, played by Jake Weary very well, couldn't even complete a sentence without an F-bomb. Why would people want to hang out with someone like that. I mean, all he did was get drunk and just hang out and do nothing. We never see him study, even though this is in college. I've just never understood that. So the topic of this movie feels dated. I remember hearing about all of these fatal hazing back in the 1980s when I was in college. There, I just told you how old I am. Because of the severity and frequency of them, the university where I attended eventually decided to ban all Greek systems on campus. So you could be enrolled in an honor society. In fact, I was the president of Phi Eta Sigma, which is just an honor society. There was no house and partying and all that kind of stuff that's demonstrated in this movie. My freshman year, my roommate, my freshman year, rushed a sorority when we were together in a dorm our freshman year. She was forced to do some really embarrassing, dumb things that just made me see how stupid it was to lower your dignity and self-respect just to hang out with supposed cool people. Now, she didn't do anything dangerous, but she spent a lot of time and energy doing these stupid things to prove her worth to, these other girls. And I just thought that was so dumb. And obviously, I didn't pledge any groups. I wasn't impressed enough to do so. There were plenty of clubs and activities on campus that would just accept me for who I was. And that's where I spent my time. And it was interesting that it was so important to her. But after she joined, she went to some activities and had fun that freshman year. And then she really just kind of lost interest in it. So it was just part of the campus culture too that started banning them and didn't even allow them. And so she didn't get involved with all of that. There are some subplots that are completely dropped and you're left with unanswered questions by the end of the movie. And so I thought that was a little disappointing. There's also an uneven tone of the movie that changes from Act 1, which is a drama, to Act 2, which is a dark comedy of sorts, to Act 3 that becomes more of a thriller. And it is also still dark with tiny touches of comedy. Some viewers are criticizing the twist in Act 3 and saying it doesn't match the personalities of the people, or one person in particular. I don't want to give any spoilers. But I disagree, especially given the last line of the movie, that it makes you realize how completely serious and overwhelming all of these events were. Now, let me give you some tips for parents. There's a lot of profanity and F-bombs in the movie, especially whenever this stupid fraternity president shows up. I'm just like, seriously, come on. There's lots and lots of alcohol, which plays a role in the movie and the events, drug use as well. And then just looking at sorrow and mourning and how different people react to death and trying to overcome that incredible grieving and sorrow. Some of the themes, in addition to grieving and sorrow, that are illustrated very well in the movie are accountability, motherhood, justice, revenge, choice and consequences, underdogs, sisterhood with other moms, brotherhood with fraternities, traditions, and how they're not always good, and yet some are, and making changes in legislation and how difficult that can be, especially given the culture in Washington, D.C., and the money that flows to it. Now, with all of that, the movie review mom grade I'm giving this movie is actually an A- and a solid A for our leading actress, Siobhan. Again, I just was so blown away. I thought she was so great. And that alone was worth watching the movie. It's a powerful movie with a very important message. And while the topic may seem dated, it is definitely worth talking about again, because legislation hasn't made enough changes to prevent these young guys and girls in college getting in trouble and even making fatal decisions. All right, that is my review for today. I hope if you watch this movie that you enjoy it as much as I did. And thank you again for all of your support, and have a fantastic day. I will catch you in the next movie review. Bye for now.